So good morning. So there are three parts of reviewing a summary. Part one is reviewing the piece. Part two is writing the summary in your own words. And part three is revising your draft into a coherent summary. So first, for reviewing the piece, you need to read the piece thoroughly. So you need to write good morning and then write down what you think the main point of the piece. So I guess that is also asked on your activity, the main point of the piece. Then we're going to reread the piece, taking notes on the major points of it. So I guess you are asked your activity the 2 points of that particular article. Then number four, don't focus on the evidence that the author uses to support those points. Okay, then after that, after reviewing the piece, if you're not sure with it, you have to reread again if you're not sure. Then for part two, you are going to write the summary in your own words. So you have to start. Number one is you need to start with the source information. Then after that, work from memory. Step two is work from memory to write the main points of each section. Then a summary should not just repeat what the original author said. So using your own words is very important. If you absolutely must use the original author's words, put them in quotation marks. So you need to put that in quotation marks, no? Like for example, this is the quotation marks. You have to put, uh, let's say, let's say, computer is for coding. Coding is, uh, the author said coding is important. So you have to put that in this particular double quotation marks. That means that is not your own word. No, that is not your own word. So if that is from the author, so you need to put that in double quotation marks. And after that, for number three, you need to present the material using the author's point of view. Do not insert your own opinions of the piece or the events the piece covers. Number four, use language appropriate to a summary. Use the author argues or the article claims. You have to use that. Then make sure this one, no? You have to write the summary in your own words. This is very important. Then after that is not your finished product yet. You need to revise your draft. You need to revise that because it's normal that there are errors. There are errors in the making of your summary. So, and the first step is you need to reread. Okay, you need to reread the draft you wrote from memory against your notes. So take your notes out and compare them to or from memory draft. So if there's anything major you forgot to include, put it in your second draft. So you need to have your second draft. Then for number two, present the summary in chronological order. So pasunod yun siya, no? Pasunod siya. Then you eliminate repetition. If you see something that is repeated already, you have to eliminate that. Then you add transitions where necessary. So for example, you need the word first, second, then next, then finally. So you need to use that so that the reader will know the order, no? Then after that, that's the time that you're going to check for grammatical and spelling errors. So if you're using a word processing software for that activity, you check for the grammatical and spelling errors. Then another, check your length, ang katas o no, yung kahabaan ng yung output. So usually a quarter from the original piece. So let's say the original piece is 1,000 words. So your summary would be 250. No? That is one fourth from the original. Then lastly, before you submit your summary or your summary of that thing, you have to ask someone else to read your work. Babasa mo sa parents, sa mga friends mo, yung output mo para kopyahin nila. Kopyahin. Huwag makikita yan kung kinopya. So that's it. So this article is from Alexander Peterman in wiki.com last August 28, 2020. Thank you for sharing the idea, Sir Alexander Peterman. And you can also use this site, wikihow.com, for some of your other uh, assignments, no, or activities. So I think that's all, and thank you very much for your time. First, just a review, wrap up with what you've learned. First part is you need to review the piece. You're going to reread, and then you get the main points. Then after that, you're going to write the summary in your own words. That is part two. And then after that, you have your first draft. The output would be first draft. Then on the last, you have to revise your draft into a coherent summary and connected sila at saka yun. Yun guys, I hope nakatulong ito. I hope this helps in making your summary, not just in our activity, but also in your other subjects. Summarizing is very important because you have to always read, and then you have to summarize on what you've read. You have to get the very important information on that, and then you can use that. You can use the information that you learned. So summarizing is very important skill. So that is why it is included. So I hope, even though I guess there is only one summarizing activity, um, you need to do this in all of your studies because this will help. This will ensure. This will self-check. Uh, this will check that you know how to learn. Summarizing is very important. This skill. So I hope from now on you do this. If you read something and then you have to summarize what you've read so that this will eventually help you in um, putting that in your memory, in your long-term memory, because you are able to get the necessary information on what you've read, and then you can share that. You can share that in your uh, classmates, friends, the learnings that you have. So that's it. Thank you very much, Joan Diempo, City Aisa Abundo. Thank you very much for coming and for all my students. I guess um, that's it. So see you. Always remember learning is lifetime. Bye.